I've been texting back and forth with a fraternity brother of mine, and I have to tell you, it's extremely frustrating to have your rights violated that are guaranteed by the Constitution and have somebody harping at you about something that's not related to those constitutional rights. Um, I really don't know where to go with that. Besides saying I'm disappointed. I don't know what else I can do to explain my situation. But it's frustrating. To not have support. Everybody thinks that my problem is something different than what it is. In fact, all of the things that neighbors think is a mental illness is them watching me being tortured and is the fault of the remote neural monitoring program. But they're convinced that it's a mental illness. How sick. I can't help it that they don't believe it. Somebody in the neighborhood should clue them in that it is real. It would actually bring our community back together again. My neighbors would like a community. Everybody is the same, apparently. That's what it certainly seems like. It's just not possible. You do not have to like everybody who is in your community. And it's illegal to try and get certain individuals out of a neighborhood where there's home ownership. I have just as much of a right as anybody else to live right where I live. And the idea that I shouldn't or that I don't is a very scary thought. After a couple of years of suffering through daily torture, I began to fight back. And it is only because of my faith in God and Him giving me the strength to do what He tells me to do. standing up for God in this instance in 2023 is the most important thing anybody can do. Because the brain is where everything starts. It's where invention begins. It's where all art is centered. It is where our understanding of the world is. If we're going to allow government to control that, why would anybody think that this is a good idea? Are we that untame? Are we that wild that we need some sort of muting of our emotional state? Seems kind of silly to me, but then again. What is that? Can somebody tell me? Yeah, it's far too much light. See how white that is all the way to the door? Why is it so bright? Right? I'd like to know that answer, wouldn't you? You know what I think it's time for? I'll walk around the house. I can't get it to focus anymore. You know what I might have to do? Switch it to night vision, right? Anyway, it is disappointing that 8 hospitalization trips are missing out of my medical records. And that's a very scary reality. So I'm waiting to find out which ones are missing. Because I put in a request, Freedom of Information Act request, about 2 weeks ago. So now I'm just waiting for the report so that I can find out which ones are missing. That will be helpful information, actually, to find out which ones are missing. So I know that that is the case against Molina. I'm assuming that it was the police that initiated that. I'm only assuming that, though. I do not know. I can't imagine who else would authorize removing medical documents. And why would you? That's very illegal to do. But then again, I guess everything has been illegal that's happened to me. And nobody seems to care about laws at all. I do feel cheated. That is true. Cheated out of 8 years of my life. Robbed of all of my friends because they don't believe. And really disappointed in the quality of friends because I was certain I would get some support. I have not. I'm going to show you something real quickly. Do you see the edges of the windows, how they have striated lines like that. They do not in real life. The reason that they do is because of waves of the electromagnetic spectrum that are picked up by a smart camera lens. These waves are dangerous. And they cause cancer. You'll notice that it's only at those ones in the corner. You don't see it over here on the other ones. Boys and girls, you know what that means? It's directed energy weapons. It's a do. Specifically aimed. Because you can see it in one spot and not in another. I would very, very, very much appreciate having my life back. There are just some people that aren't wanting to do that. It's still hard to make out. I promised we'd go for a walk. You ready? Now, I got to tell you something about this before we go downstairs. Whether it is invisible light or real illegal. It does not matter. They're both illegal. And that's where people are getting this misconception that if it's invisible, it must be legal. No, not true. Not true at all. That's dangerous thinking, actually. It would be like saying radio waves or TV waves that cross over a property line would be somehow legal. Not true. Not true at all. I have never, ever in my life known people to be more focused on something that's none of their business in my life. It's really a problem. And I don't know what to do about it. How about this? What do you do about a roof that bows? You want to see what I mean? Ready? Hold on. Let me get it more in view. Okay. You see how it's flat? And it bows up. How does it do that? Because you'll see this whole area rises at once. I don't know. I just think it's very strange. my observation. And when I notice something that's not right, I do my best to try and figure it out. And that way I know. Let's go for a walk, right? Oh, downstairs. Actually, somebody requested a song, so I might play piano for you. I really want to cut an album this summer. Okay. Look at how bright that is. Does that look anywhere near normal? Can I make it full screen? Nope. Here's an even brighter one. Yeah. And the fact that the amount of light changes is not supposed to happen either. So I can try. Like some of the light, and you'll see that it just does not make a difference. That's where the line is strong. And you can still see it coming in right here, which also means it's directed as well. Surprisingly, this door is extraordinarily bright. You see the way it bleeds over onto the door molding? It's odd that if I break the light, the fact that I am able to identify this technology in other people's pictures in different parts of the world means that it is in fact not due to what people have been told. See how bright that is coming in through the living room? And that is through a mirror as well. At the front door. So this is a problem, and I'm trying to get it to stop by asking neighbors for help, but I'm not getting any, which is a problem. Because they've got answers that I need, and nobody else has them. Nobody else can really help with them. So I'm kind of stuck until they decide that they want to help, which leaves me completely helpless in the situation where, without their help, it's not going to be good. There it goes. Oh, Nick, what are we going to do with you and your false assumptions about what's going on? I'm serious. What are we going to do? Because you keep coming at me sideways, like you know what the problem is in my life, and you are wrong. The police have lied to my friends, Nick. That's a fact. So I don't know how to fix that besides suing the fuck out of the city. Okay. I'm glad no police have talked to you. I know that they contacted Brian Endicott out of the blue. I have no clue why they contacted him. And Brian wouldn't really tell me what they discussed, except other than they were really concerned about my mental health. And that's very bizarre for a police officer to call one of my friends out of the blue. Don't you think? Don't you think it's weird that there are 8 hospitalizations missing from my medical records at Molina? Don't you find that odd? That's disturbing. Um, the reason I have to post everything online is as proof that I have done certain things in order to prevent blocking from happening. There is surveillance going on, and part of it has to do with cyber crimes, but there's also other forms of surveillance. So, whatever I do is known. That's not a paranoia. It's not a mental illness. It's a fact. The fact that they have linked to my Wi Fi network means that my devices are all accessible. My phone number, the only cell phone number I have had for 30 years, is not connected to a Google account, period. And that's impossible because I've gotten texts and notifications giving me a verification code and giving me updates. A email address of r n at gmail.com was attached to or is attached to my Facebook account. I don't know what the missing characters are, and I don't know the password. And that was also connected to this phone. Not this one. Hold on. Let me go find it. Because the phone that I'm about to show you was found in my vehicle that was locked. How does that happen? In the driver's seat. It's not a trick question. What day is it? It can't be in a different time zone because time zones are by the hour. On the same minute. And the fact that they're on different minutes is a problem. Wouldn't you say? It says unavailable. That's fine. This phone was terminated with Verizon on the 14th of January, 2022. My account. I've not discontinued any contract or service. Therefore, it is not mine. Well, that's just the thing, Nick. Changing the passwords doesn't do me any good because of the illegal surveillance program that you don't believe exists. As soon as I create a new password, it does become known to the people who are listening and observing. It's just a fact. This is why I don't have any privacy. And it is a real thing. Nick, what do I need treatment for? Tell me, Nick. There's also a email that I did not put into my VIP list of my that is where did I put it? I think it's on this phone. And you're probably wondering why I have so many phones. Well, the simple answer. Here it is my phones fill up. This is the contact in my Gmail account as a VIP. I did not put it there. I've had everything erased in my iCloud prior to March 2018. My entire history of pictures and video. Antennas. They're not lightning rods. because these connect to wires. They go down on the side of the house and in the ground. Lightning rod wouldn't do that. You wouldn't trap and capture the energy, blow up your house. So it was not a lightning rod. There were 2 radio interfaces that I found attached to my old router. I don't know what those are, but I didn't buy them, and they aren't mine. I've authorized nobody to be inside my home or to be listening inside my home unless I'm recording it. And this is where the tricky part comes into play. Because somebody else has control of my devices, that presents a problem. He could make it look like it's me doing it to myself. Why would I do that? Especially if I'm talking about wanting my rights back. I mean, we need to use some common sense here. That's an interesting theory. My homes, Mycroft Homes. It's okay if I call you that, right? Instead of For the Love of Rem. Because that's you on Instagram, right? No, Nick, Nick, there's a group of people that are after me. I don't know why it's not going. Oh well. Nick, you need to understand. Patty Ryan and her friends are not interested in actually helping me. They've created my problems, Nick. And she's lying to the police. I didn't understand why you're having such a tough time believing me. Well, my fraternity brothers don't know all the facts, and they believe Patty and Arvid. And those are the 2 individuals who have invaded all my privacy, and the other one has caused all the evaluations, which gave me a diagnosis. And it was filled with false information. Nobody has given me the opportunity to speak speak that. You've all just gone off into your little corner and decided what you wanted and talked with professionals. Well, you know what? The doctors are clueless. They look at the police and say, "Are there any reports of crime?" And the police say, "No, there aren't." And that's because they're blocking me. Nick, how am I being delusional? My neighbors are scared of me suing them because they're in the wrong. No, I'm not saying they all went to medical school to conspire against me. They just simply don't believe me that neighbors have had an agenda to get me moved out of the neighborhood. And the way that they were doing that was to cause hospitalizations intentionally. That is what their plan was. They're afraid of you because you yell at them unprovoked like an insane person. Nick, who told you that? I yell at Patty because that one has ruined my life. And she deserves every bit of it. And I think the neighbors around me are aware of that. They understand that I'm pissed. Nick, you said yell at them unprovoked. It's not unprovoked. They've harmed me, Nick. They've done bad things that are illegal, Nick. They've lied to police. You know, the biggest lie with the technology. He sees things that aren't there, is what they said for 2 years solid. You know what they're now saying? I'm the devil because they can see it on my property. They see the technology on my property. So, what does that mean, Nick? Which time were they lying? Because the stories are opposite. So, which one is the lie and which one is the truth? Um, Nick, the deal is this. Um, you call it a dramatic decline. I'm fighting for my rights and my freedom, Nick. Why don't you understand this? You refuse to accept V2K as scientific fact. It's real, Nick. It's part of the remote neural monitoring program that I gave you 34 pages to look at in a messenger message. And you said, I'm not going to look at that crap. I don't know what to tell you, Nick. You are wrong. Nick, I want you to take a look at this window. Do you see the white bleeding over the frame? That is not normal, Nick. when you add more light to it, you can see through. But only briefly. Do you actually see all of the particles like right up against here? How it looks really grainy? That's actually this technology. It's not mine. I did not bring it here. I'd like it to stop attacking me. I have most of my stuff in storage because I was planning on moving. The house is off the market right now. Yeah, you can even see it brightening up around the doorway. Not normal. It's just